This is my preferred Arsenal lineup against Aston Villa on the English Premier League. Look, this Aston Villa is a very stubborn team. This Aston Villa, especially when they're playing with Arsenal, can frustrate you for days. If you remember from like 2 seasons ago, and for me, the memories are looking as fresh as like it was, yesterday. Aston Villa is the team that denied Arsenal an opportunity to win the Premier League. Remember that season when Man City won with like 2 points ahead of Arsenal? Yes, it was Aston Villa that, led to that. Now, as you're going to be playing with Aston Villa, I know they can frustrate us. And I expect Mikel Arteta to go and be able to give us a very strong squad, a squad that is full of strength, a squad that can be as competitive. Straight up, on the goalkeeper, I prefer him to go with David Raya. Very brilliant. Remember the save that he made, against that game against Brentford. We need him to be at 100% on this game. And then on the center backs, I'm going to go with William Saliba if he is present, all right? Remember, he got a knock and had a few days, to recover. But if he's not present, then I will prefer Timber and Hincapié. Remember, Mosquera got an injury after landing, badly on that game against Brentford. So I don't expect him to be risked or even play on this game. But if Saliba is there, well and good. But if he's not there, then I will go with Timber and Hincapié. And I still believe that there are very competitive, players that can still play on that number. Remember, they played so well on the entire of that second half against Brentford. And then right back, I will go with Benny Blanco. Played so well. I like the fact that Benny White is very good in terms of making those forward runs. And of course, making the winger, have that extra option of giving that pass. And that is what he did. Him and Noni Madueke, and we were able to score that first goal that Mikel Merino scored against Brentford. And then on the left back, I will go with Calafiori straight up. Experience, he's been very brilliant on the Premier League this season. So straight up, we go with him. And then on the midfield, I will go with the Zubimendi. Zubimendi, I don't want to talk much about him because he has been one of those players that Arsenal brought in and has been able to cover in on that space completely. And is very good at that number 6. At number 8, I'm going to go with the Declan Rice. Declan Rice is one of the best signings that Arsenal has ever done. Very resourceful. A player that does for you everything that needs to be done. Look, if you want Declan Rice to defend, he's very present to defend. If you want him to attack, if you want him to take that corner, that, cross, that pass, that free kick, very, very present. So straight up, I go with him. And I was a bit worried. Remember, you got substituted on that game against Brentford, courtesy of an injury. But I had him say on Sky that he's very ready to play against Aston Villa. So straight up, I go with him. At number 10, I'm a bit confused between Eze and Ødegaard, but I'm going to go with Ødegaard. But if Mikel Arteta prefers to go with Eze, still okay, well and good. Now, what I need Ødegaard to do, I need him to be more direct. I need him to make those through balls. I need him to make those passes. I need him to be more sharper and more, straightforward in terms of playing. And of course, bring in that technique that, that he used to have back, in a couple of seasons ago, like last season and even the previous season. Now, on the left wing, I will go with Martinelli. Now, Martinelli gives us something that is very unique. He's very good in making those runs with the ball. And at the same time, he's very good in defending. A game like this one against Aston Villa, you need a winger that can come in and, of course, be able to help the defense because Aston Villa is stubborn sometimes. And then on the right wing, I will go straight up with Bukayo Saka. Very good, scored a very brilliant goal from the bench, on the game against Brentford. And I really hope that Bukayo Saka is back at 100%. Remember, he got, is from that, long injury that he got, and still he hasn't really gotten into the game like we used to have him last season before he got the injury. So I really hope that slowly by slowly he's getting there, and so that he can be able to help Arsenal be able to shine. At number 9, our striking force, I'm confused because Mikel Merino, who is a midfielder, I don't know if he's a midfielder or a striker because he's scoring goals for Arsenal. And I'm confused between him and putting in Gyökeres because Gyökeres gives us that physicality. So I don't know. Should I go with Gyökeres? Should I go with Merino? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section there. Who would you prefer? Who would you rather go with? Is it Merino or would you go with Gyökeres? Talk to me on the comment section there. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is just but my preferred Arsenal lineup against Aston Villa. What is your preferred Arsenal lineup against Aston Villa? Talk to me on the comment section there. Let's get to see what you prefer. And if there are changes that you need to do, you can actually do them on the comment section there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. That is football for you.